Are you ready? Before keep watching this video, please rewatch my previous video about l'imperfetto, passato prossimo e passato remoto. They are going to help you then when we're going to build the compound tense. Okay? When we talk about trapassato prossimo e trapassato remoto, we are still in the past. The difference with the previous tenses that we learned is that here we have two actions. One action will happen before the other one. Let's create a timeline. It's going to help you to understand better these two actions, okay? So, we have our timeline, present, past action, another past action. Okay, so what's going to happen is that this action happens before this one. Okay, so this one is going to be first, this one is going to be second. Here I'm going to use il trapassato prossimo, or as we are going to see later, il trapassato remoto. Okay? Here you're going to ask. So we are quite flexible. You can use l'imperfetto, passato prossimo, or also il passato remoto. Ok?
Imperfetto, passato prossimo, passato remoto.
Is it clear? Perfect. So now I'm going to verify if you have studied, if you did a lot of exercise, and if you watched my previous video. Trapassato prossimo e trapassato remoto are two compound tenses, which means that we are going to have our auxiliary verb and the past participle. But you remember that in Italian we have essere, avere. Generically, avere you're going to use it with transitive verb, essere you're going to use it with intransitive verb, for example, movement. And then we have our past participle, but you remember that I cannot pronounce participle. And we have regular and irregular, okay? Obviously, because we are talking about something in the past, our auxiliary verb will be in the past, and we are going to use l'imperfetto. Do you remember? Let's view it together.
So, as I said before, we have our auxiliary verb, avere, o essere, plus the past participle.
I will get it right, this pronunciation, once.
No.
Avevo, avevi, aveva, avevamo, avevate, avevano. Does it ring a bell? In 1 minute, can you tell me the imperfetto of essere? Good. Ero, eri, era, eravamo, eravate, erano. And then we have our past participle. Do you remember the ending? Ato, uto, ito. For example, cantato, creduto, salito. Right? Now, for an extra point, do you remember that if you use the auxiliary verb essere, what's happening to the past participle? Exactly. The ending agrees in gender and in number, so it can be masculine, feminine, singular, and plural. So for example, if we take salito, it can be salito, salita, saliti, salite. Right? Perfect. Now let's view some example. Lucia aveva mangiato quando Mario entrò dalla porta. It doesn't really make sense this sentence. However, Lucia aveva mangiato quando Mario entrò dalla porta. Ok? So, what is the first action that happened in the past? Lucia aveva mangiato. So this one is our first action. What is the second action is Mario entrò. Ok? So, Lucia had eaten when Mario came home. Now I'm going to write a sentence. Try to think about it. Which action happens first, ok? Tu non hai superato l'esame perché non avevi studiato abbastanza. This is the abbreviation of abbastanza, okay? So, what action happens first? Exactly. What happened after? Is it clear? Because you hadn't studied. So for this reason, you didn't pass the exam, okay? So first action, second action. And as you can see, in the first action, I'm going to use il trapassato prossimo because that action happened before. In the second action, I can use passato prossimo, passato remoto, o imperfetto, ok? So now it's time to learn trapassato remoto, but I have a good news. So first of all, this tense is not very used in our daily conversation. For example, I use it maybe once. Then there are specific rules to use this tense, okay? So it's very strict. The difference with trapassato prossimo is that here you can just use il passato remoto and that's it.
And here I'm going to use
We're going to use
trapassato remoto.
il trapassato remoto only when you are going to use, let's say if I say correctly, the temporary subordinated clause introduced, for example, with quando, non appena, appena, dopo che, finché, etc. etc. Ok, essere avere, we're going to use il passato remoto, ok? Io ebbi, tu avesti, lei, lui ebbe, noi avemmo, voi aveste, loro ebbero. Did you get it correctly? Essere. Io fui, tu fosti, lui, lei fu, noi fummo, voi foste, loro furono. Right? And then we have our the same ending. Ato, uto, ito. Let's view an example just to sum up il trapassato remoto. Shall we? Dopo che ebbi cucinato tutto il giorno, mi andai a riposare. Ok? So, what is the first action that happened in the past? Ebbi cucinato. What is the second action? Mi andai a riposare. Mi andai. Perfect. So, after, basically in English you would say, after I had cooked all day, I went to sleep or I went to rest. Okay? If you have any question about Trapassato Prossimo, Trapassato Remoto, please email me to youritaliantutor01@gmail.com or please put in the comment section below. At least everyone can learn from each other. And then please do a lot of exercise. If you do, I know that it can be boring when you do just grammar exercise, but it could be very useful because you can see different verbs. Past series is over. We are going to go ahead with the program. I'm going to teach you a lot of things, but remember, if you have any recommendation, any idea, anything that you want me to teach, please let me know and I will make the video for you. Remember to subscribe and to study. See you next time. Bye!